during the interview with Charles Hoskinson. So what was your? So you didn't see the interview. Corey did not bring up Richard Hart, and it's understandably so because
Huh.
Hoskinson said specifically, I will not do a a, a stream. I will not collaborate with Richard because he threw mud at me. So that's that was sad. So he didn't ask him what's your take on the situation with Charles Hoskinson.
Um, I think that's fine that like Corey didn't bring it up. It doesn't mean he can't at some point. Like to build a relationship with someone, I don't think you just go right ahead and say like, "Hey, I know you don't like this thing. Let me tell you to go do it." Hey, want to interview with me again? It's like, well, when you build, I think overall in the long run, this is awesome that like a prominent kind of like Hex positive person is like building this reputation. I think it's awesome. I think it's super cool. And I think when you form relationships with people who aren't into Hex or don't like Richard Hart, the worst thing to do is to just shove it in their face as much as you can. Like that's not how you like change someone's opinion or get them to eventually do what you want. I think it'd be cool if they talked, but it sucks they don't want to. I think Charles said he was upset that Richard had like thrown mud at him or something. I don't know. But it'd be cool if they talked. I think that'd be awesome. But
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, so I guess moving on, we got Furu Finance tweeted. Go follow Furu Finance on Twitter. Not too many followers, but yeah, this was for Charles Hoskinson. The Hex and Cardano communities share so many common values and have such intelligent founders. Respect for each other is mutual, and it would only be appropriate for Richard Hart and Charles Hoskinson to sit down and exchange ideas for the betterment of the crypto industry. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's a great point, man. I think I've said before on your streams how I know some like Cardano kind of maxis, and they say a lot of the same stuff we say. They argue how Cardano is taking its time because it's not going to go down. Like Solana, they point to these other chains that we also point to. They want 100% uptime for Cardano. They're very passionate about it. They're typically Cardano only people. Like I think a lot of Hex people are Hex only people. And Charles Hoskinson, he has a cult like following. The buzzword of the week. And I think what you said was spot on, man. I think it would be good if they sat down and talked.
Yeah. So then next part of the tweet was time to put personal grievances aside and prove we are truly in it for the tech. If we cannot work with each other, how will we get serious about ensuring crypto will exist as it was intended? Remove middlemen, self-custody, financial freedom. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
No, so Charles Hoskinson seems like an idealist, seems like he wants to change the world. And you need to get consensus in order to change the world, and you need support. So why not talk to the Hex community, the most engaging community, and get their support? And maybe that will help implement your ideas. If you're not in it for yourself and you're really in it for the tech and changing the world, you can't. This is something it sounds exactly like something Charles would say, but like, you can't put yourself in a box. You got to go out there and talk to other people.
Obviously, we need a Richard Hart, Charles Hoskinson crypto celebrity boxing match to really get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. He says like instead of a dozen, he says Dutton. Yeah, no, but he says a lot of smart things. He's really smart. I liked what he had to say on a lot. I liked a lot of the things that he has to say on the Corey Costa stream. And if you're truly serious about getting things done in crypto and changing the world, and you should try and win over, you should ally with communities with similar values. And I think the Hex community and the Cardano community has more in common with each other than probably any other community. It's very, very, very similar, very politically aligned, so to speak. and that would really help him out. And if he's very serious about getting things done, I think this is a tremendous opportunity. We love Charles Hoskinson. Okay, moving on.
We love you, Charles.
We love you, Charles. Go stream.